Hello, everybody. This is Shankar from Global Intelligence Network. Tonight, the world is not just watching events, it is feeling pressure at its weakest nerve. A chilling warning has emerged from Dmitry Medvedev, now the deputy chairman of Russia's Security Council. And what he revealed has sent shockwaves across the geopolitical landscape. He says Iran's most powerful weapon is not nuclear, it is a choke point. That choke point has a name, the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow stretch of water, but one of the most critical arteries of the global economy. Nearly one-fifth of the world's oil flows through it. And here is the reality. Control it, and you don't just pressure your enemy, you shake the entire world. This revelation comes just after a 2-week halt in the US-Iran conflict, a fragile truce announced between Washington and Tehran. But according to Medvedev, the outcome remains uncertain. Yet one thing is already clear. Iran has demonstrated its ultimate leverage. The consequences were immediate. Disruptions pushed oil prices above $90 per barrel. Supply chains were shaken, Asia faced shortages, and global shipping traffic was partially halted. Iran imposed a partial blockade, targeting vessels linked to the US, Israel, and their allies. This was not random, this was calculated pressure, because this battlefield is not land, not air. It is a global lifeline. And yet, amid tension, Iran allowed the first ships to pass through the Strait of Hormuz on April 8th. This was confirmed through maritime tracking data, and the International Maritime Organization stepped in to ensure safe transit through the corridor. Russia has welcomed this truce. The Kremlin has emphasized no strikes on civilian targets, no attacks on economic infrastructure, and a clear call for de-escalation, for diplomacy, for negotiation. But the most dramatic shift comes from Donald Trump. Just hours before, he warned of destroying Iranian civilization. And now he speaks of peace. He speaks of reconstruction. He calls it a big day for world peace. He claims Iran wants peace. The world wants peace. And the United States will help manage traffic in the Strait of Hormuz. He even speaks of a golden age of the Middle East, from threat to partnership. That is not rhetoric, that is strategic recalibration. But here comes the real twist. Reports suggest Iran may charge $2 million per ship for passage through the strait. This is unprecedented. No modern precedent exists for charging transit fees in such a global waterway. And yet, this could become reality. This move could generate massive revenue for Iran, funds directed toward rebuilding after US and Israeli strikes. But it also raises a larger question. Is a global commons being transformed into a controlled corridor? Behind the scenes, diplomacy is active. Pakistan has mediated talks, bringing both sides to the brink of agreement. Negotiations are expected to continue in Islamabad. Iran has presented a 10-point proposal, and its message is bold. It seeks controlled transit under Iranian supervision, sanctions relief, continuation of uranium enrichment, withdrawal of US combat forces. This is not negotiation from weakness. This is negotiation from leverage. Iran's armed forces will coordinate ship movement. Control remains firmly in Iranian hands. This is both a military position and an economic instrument. What we are witnessing is not a local conflict, it is a redefinition of global power. The Strait of Hormuz has become the central pivot. Iran's message is now unmistakable. Control the choke point and you control the pressure points of the world. This is no longer theoretical, this is operational. In the deeper rhythm of history, wars are not always won by destruction. Sometimes They are won by position, not by force, but by leverage. This is Shankar from Global Intelligence Network. Stay informed, stay aware, and above all, stay balanced.